night. It's Lisa here. Good morning and welcome in. It is a beautiful but cloudy day here in Colorado, and I just went for a morning walk to start my day and just to do some mental purification, to do some reflection, just to think and get outside and get grounded and rooted into myself for the week. And as I was walking, there was just this flood, beautiful flood of light and a light transmission. And so I wanted to come live and just share this with you, and hopefully I can bring everything through because I had nothing to take notes on. So I'm just gonna kind of let Spirit speak through me here. But as I was walking, I'm up, you can see the mountains behind me hopefully, but as I was walking up this hill and just reflecting on the last 15 years actually in my life and everything that's happened, this is what came through and what I wanted to share with you. So first and foremost, and good morning, Hope. First and foremost, we are headed into another high frequency over the next few weeks. It feels like we are headed into another time where the vibration of the planet is high, the frequencies are high, and the ascension cycle will be moving at an accelerated pace. And we might even be reminded during the next few weeks of the energies of 2020 and what that awakening acceleration felt like last year. So we're headed into this space, and it's important, you know, the collective coming through me feels it's important that we know that and that we take some things into account as far as how to release our fears, how to engage with our own superpowers, and how to be able to step fully into the light. And what came through as I was walking, I was thinking about the intense drive I have had over the last 15, 16 months since November 2019. And it's really profound what has been created in that amount of time. I mean, I'm pumping out a second book, and working through my Indigo Flow guide is coming out for everyone. We have the Ajatakasa community app. We have Buddhist Biohacker YouTube. We have One Heart, One Earth. We have all this expansion, all of these things. And I was thinking how profound the acceleration, and that it really wasn't, you know, a year of work. It was really the last 15 years for me of work is really manifesting in the linear in this last year. And I was thinking about why. You know, why is that? You know, why is the mission so intense? The drive, there's no stopping. I work day and night. It's hard for me to take this walk. It's hard for me to do this video because there's so much to be done. And I started thinking about what had slowed me down. And, you know, what slowed me down, part of it was my own journey, you know, having to work with my own shadow, having to heal myself, having to heal my physical body, my emotional body, my relationship space. I mean, there was a lot of work in the last 15 years. But one of the things that slowed me down were these toxic energies that would come into my life and activate the healer in me that wanted to shift the energy. You know, I wanted to help, to support, to shift, you know, to heal those people that came into my life that had toxic energy. And there was karma with those energies, you know, there were karma with those people and those energies and things that had to be worked out. So arguably it had to happen. But what's really come through and my understanding over the last few weeks especially is there's also, you know, a darkness on our planet, and that darkness can sometimes take advantage of those toxic energies and use them to create what do I want to say? Create disruption in the energy fields, right? And so there really is this battle between dark and light. Like, don't be fooled. There is a battle between dark and light. But, you know, what I want to share and what came through today is that this battle, it's not, yes, there are dark energies. Yes, there's a negative agenda. Yes, there are things we can't see. Yes, they can come in and take advantage and try to slow us down, especially those that are star seeds, light workers, indigo children, you know, those of us that you can see our light profoundly in multiple dimensions. You know, that is a magnet, right? It's the moth to the flame. It's like, oh, we have to slow them down. But there's a couple things I want to say here. One is, it doesn't matter how slow we move, really, or it didn't, I think, till now, but, you know, we're still here to do our mission, and it really can't be stopped. There's no way to stop the mission. There's no way to stop what must happen, what is in motion. It's in motion. There is an inevitability to the awakening of the planet. There's no way to go back. It's only, you know, how long do we experience these disruptions until the awakening happens, right? Until we reach such a mass awakening that it dissolves, the darkness dissolves. But the thing is, the darkness is necessary, and so that's what I want to say is, it's easy to blame the darkness. It's easy to say, oh, I had a toxic relationship and that went on for 10 years of my life, so I didn't use my gifts. And this is true for me. This is direct. I was in a toxic relationship in the past for a decade, and it held me back. I put myself to sleep. I ignored my gifts. I didn't do my work, right? But if I hadn't have gone through that experience, then I wouldn't be who I am, first of all. And second of all, I wouldn't have purified whatever karma I needed to purify. So the point is, it's all necessary. So it's not like, oh, we want the darkness to be gone, because so many of us still have work to do on ourselves and on our karma. There's a purification happening, and anyone who's been through an initiation or a purification, it's very intense and it's never comfortable. So, and that's what changes you. That's what makes you human. That's what puts you on mission. So you have to have it, right? You have to have it. And I love all these comments coming in. Love you guys so much. So what I want to share with you and what came through today is that, yes, there are dark energies in other dimensions that feed off our light, that slow us down, that don't want us to succeed. But I want to remind you of a movie, The Dark Crystal. How many saw The Dark Crystal? I think I had nightmares for years and years after I saw The Dark Crystal. There is a lot of symbolism in The Dark Crystal that tells you a lot about what we may not see, about what is in the fourth dimension. So it is icky. Even for a kid's movie, it's icky, okay? But I want to remind you of something about The Dark Crystal. The energy of the world that was represented in The Dark Crystal was a separation of shadow and light, right? The Skeksis were the shadow and the mystics were the light, right? But at the end, it was the merging of the Skeksis and the mystics that healed that world. It was the merging. And that is the teaching today. That was what flooded through me, is when I was a child and those dark energies were in my space and I could feel them and I was afraid. And the programs of fear that we have about other dimensions, about ultra terrestrials, the programs we have to fear these beings because of the lifetimes we've had in the darkness with those beings. We've all had those lifetimes. So there's deep, deep fear, right? But that is their mission. That is the point, is to generate that fear to trap us in the shadow. And the healing comes from the merging with the fear and the shadow and the darkness. It is bringing our light into it with so much love and so much joy and so much, happiness. The merging of the love melts the fear, right? When you're afraid and you have a nightmare and your mom comes in and she holds you, it's her love that melts your fear, right? That you suddenly fall back asleep. That love, that is the mission. And that's what came through today, was like, our mission is the love of the shadow. Our mission is the love of these dark beings, these dark energies, because that is all they want as well. Perhaps all these negative energies want is to be loved. And they don't even know how to experience it because they're trapped in this negative cycle as well. And so it is the love of ourselves and of the darkness. So, when I was reflecting on my life today and I was just thinking about, really, I was running through my to-do list in my head, and then it sort of spiraled. You know how that goes, when you start doing any kind of self-reflection or contemplative practice, and I was listening to shamanic drumming, the next thing I know, I'm having this download of light codes, and this is an activation. I mean, I do believe, just from you watching this, you're going to experience an activation of a light print in your body. And what's amazing, this is amazing right now, it had just happened a second time. So when I was walking up the hill and I was thinking, I need to go live and talk about this, a bald eagle, there's a nest here in the canyon by where I live, this bald eagle flew over. And just now when I said, oh, this is an activation, it just flew by again right in front of me. I'll see if I can turn my camera around to show you if I see him or her come back through. It's just amazing, the bald eagles, because bald eagles are freedom, right? Bald eagles are liberation and sovereignty. That's what they are. And so this representation of, yes, we are being activated. I'm getting goosebumps everywhere. We are being activated for our freedom. But the freedom does not come by battling the darkness or telling the darkness to F off or, getting out your sword of light. Like, that's not even it. Like, the battle is to put your weapons down, just like Gandhi spoke about, like His Holiness the Dalai Lama has spoken about. It's putting our weapons down and being in so much love that the frequency of love of the planet is so bright that these dark energies surface. This is not even about kicking them off. This is about bringing what is under the surface to the light, metaphorically and literally. This is about what is underneath and inside this planet, surfacing into the light and purifying. It was, again, going back to the dark crystal, it was the merging of those Skeksis into the mystics and the beauty of the light of that crystal going from darkness to light. That was what healed that planet, as freaky as that movie was. But it's so poignant, and there's a ton of symbolism. Please God, you don't have to watch it, but there's a ton of symbolism if you want to watch it, because it tells you a lot about what's happening right now, a lot about what's locked away. And it scared the poo out of me as a kid, because what is happening now is I'm having these memories and experiences of that energy and where it is and where it's coming from, because I wanted to see it. It was time to kind of look at all that. But anyway, so I wanted to share with you this activation, which is, it's all about the frequency of love. That is what we're doing. That's why we're building a community. And that is why I'm doing what I'm doing, is to help us to purify our bodies with love. Because the other thing that I realized, I've been putting together the Indigo Flow, which is really a lifestyle, you know, it's how to purify your body, mind, and spirit. And also, you know, just a gift from the galactics. And the thing about it that I was thinking is, you know, we hate our bodies too, right? We fear and hate our bodies. We fear being healthy. We hate being sick. We beat up on our bodies. We use all sorts of chemicals. I mean, we really do just torment our physical bodies. And that is a program. That is a program, you guys, because our bodies have been tormented. Our bodies have been in pain and tortured and suffered and who knows how many lifetimes, right? But we don't have to do that to ourselves. So it's time to blow that program. It's time to love yourself, and not like, oh, love yourself and feel good about yourself. No, no, no. Love yourself, your souls, why you're here. If I hear one more person say, oh, I just want to get off this planet, or I don't want to come back, or I hope I don't reincarnate, like, what's wrong with you guys? Like, this is it. This is the place to be, because there's no greater challenge, from what I can tell. There's no greater challenge than to go through the process of forgetting, coming here and remembering. Like, how epic is that? We literally signed up and said, I'm going to go and I'm going to completely forget everything and start over. The problem is we got trapped in this negative cycle, this karma, samsara, illusion, maya, whatever word you want to use, but we got trapped in this cycle, and we don't want to be trapped anymore. But what I want you to hear is, you can be here and not be trapped. That is sovereignty. That is freedom. You do not have to be trapped to be here. You do not have to be trapped to choose to come back here. You can actually live a life of sovereignty and love and joy and happiness, and smell the trees and smell the grass, because you're not going to smell this grass on another planet. It's not possible. There's not one that has grass like this. There's not a planet that has these rocky mountains like this. There's not one. It's all different. And it's the love. It's the love of the planet. It's the love of the souls. And it's the love of the darkness that will give you your freedom. It's so freaking powerful. And, you know, I've been, you know, sharing what spirit tells me to share, you know, and I say spirit, but who knows what spirit really is. I mean, there's beings that I think are me 50 million light years from now that are telling me information. There's ultra terrestrials showing up in my lucid dreams telling me information. There's, you know, this Ashtar Federation that I'm connected with that's telling me information. And then there's people who've passed away telling me information. I mean, I don't know where the hell this is all coming from at this point. What I know is that this energy, this malleable, etheric, potent, beautiful energy has been driving me day and night, whether I'm awake or asleep, to create our Ajata Casa social media app, to create courses to teach you how to find your gifts, to do calls, to be on YouTube, to have shows, to talk about stuff, all these things. And they've very particularly steered me away from a lot of the theories that are out there. And I've really struggled with this. Like, why am I not supposed to talk about these things? Because I want to talk about what I believe. And today it was like, this is why you had to have all the information. And the information is not, it is not my mission to tell you about these dark energies. That is not my mission. My mission is for us to have so much love, the frequency of love, so strong, so powerful in our community, to have such a light frequency in a single community, that these dark energies cannot penetrate us. They cannot stop us. And that's it. We are light warriors. And what they're telling me, even now as I'm speaking, is that is it. Our community cannot be stopped. So it takes the entire community to be in the frequency of light to do this. And we all have to do it. You guys all have a mission, right? All of our missions equal love frequency, but we all are doing it, whether we're gardening or drawing or painting or singing or writing or speaking or teaching or all of the above or whatever we're doing. It is our mission to create this impenetrable force of light, this like rainbow light ball of golden Magdalene fire. Like that's what I'm seeing right now as I'm saying it. It's like this light ball of fire just penetrating the darkness so that we cannot be slowed down because the time is up. We have to move through this awakening, through this ascension cycle. There is no stopping it. So we have to go. There's no more stopping. So if you've had 100 ideas and you're like, I need to do this and I need to do that, or I'm afraid to do this, or I'm scared to go out and use my gifts, fuck it. And I say that not often, at least on YouTube. Fuck it. Go do it. Stop fearing, because the fear is what they want. The fear is the shadow. The fear is telling you in this voice in your head, I can't do it, I can't do it, I won't do it, I'm wrong, I'm bad, I'm ugly, I'm sick, I'm tired, I'm whatever. Stop. Enough. Enough. The program's, it's blown. Psh, gone. Throw it out. It's gone. There is no time but the present, and we must move forward. We have to. And I don't even know where all this is coming from, you guys. It's just flooded through me. It was like, we just have to do this. We have to go. It is time. It's go time. And we're on mission. And even if you don't think you're on mission, you're on mission. I had this powerful, incredible dream that I shared with my members, in the Indigo members, on our Moon Circle call. And the dream was this incredible pink light coming from the ultra terrestrials, the transdimensional beings, like penetrating us, and just, it was like this volatile, incredibly powerful force. And the thing is, after that, all of these these people were coming in, and they were like dressed like, they were like Green Berets, you know, they were like military dudes. They were like Green Berets, and they were coming in, and we were like blessing them on their mission or whatever. And what I realized as we're talking right now, I'm realizing like that's us. That was actually us. We were actually blessing ourselves in that lucid dream. We were blessing ourselves. We were saying, you know what? You are on mission. We have on our gear. Like, it's time to go. There is no stopping us now. And it's just time. It's absolutely time. And these dark forces, they're hiding in tunnels and caves and in shadows. And it is time to shine the light. You know when you shine the light in the garage and all the spiders run? There's nowhere to run. And you guys know who I'm talking about. You out there who are watching me right now, you know that I am talking about you. There's nowhere to go because we're everywhere. We are everywhere. We are in every spot of every place on this planet, and we are ready to go. We are ready to go. And there's no stopping this energy, you guys. It's incredible. It's amazing. And as much as I wish I would have done this when I was 22 instead of being 42, I was ready at 42, I thought, but then I just tucked it all away, and I let this darkness slow me down. I let it make me doubt myself. I let it take away my health. I let it take away that energy. And then it was I was seeking it, looking for the light, trying to find it. And I, followed His Holiness for you know, 7 years, and I would go and I'd go to these incredible events and I'd just cry and cry after these events because I just loved him so much and the energy was so palpable. And then you have to walk away from it. You have to walk away from that bliss ride. And what I see now is the bliss ride is the taste of love, of compassion, of bodhicitta, of that divine love. And we do not have to look for it anywhere. We don't have to go to some guru to find it. It is inside of us. Each of us has this light, and our community has this light. So now it's time for us to come together with so much freaking love and just flood everything that we can with love. Our work, YouTube, our communities, our life, it must be flooded with love. There is nothing else, because if we hate these energies, these dark energies, if we hate them, if we fear them, they win. But if we love them, if we have compassion for them because we are forcing them into the darkness, like if we recognize our part and we love them and we feel for them, then it's the divine merging. It's the great merging. It is that unbelievably perfect, beautiful moment where death and life and dark and light merge into one, and then there is no more suffering. It's liberation, it's sovereignty, and we live that, and you can live it every day right now. So again, I don't know where all this came from, but I had to say all of this, and I love you all so much. And you know, it's another week, it's another day, and there's lots of work to do, and I've got a show this afternoon and all those things, but I recognized like my own, sure, I needed rest, but I recognized this week my own desire to hide, my own desire to give up, my own desire to feel defeated, and it's just not, it's not acceptable, it's not possible, it's not in the cards. It can't happen. There is no defeating. We can't give up. Like every day we have to push our bodies and our minds and our spirits towards the light. Every day we have to purify ourselves. Every day we have to heal our bodies. Every day we have to do something good. Every day we have to support each other. Every day we have to do our work. Every day we have to create something in this world, because we are the legacy of the planet. We are the legacy of the planet. And we all came here together to be this army of light and love, and that's what we have to be. So put your fear aside, put your worries aside, put your suffering aside, and go outside and just shout into the sky like, I am so happy I'm here, and I'm gonna do it. I'm doing it. Whatever you need me to do, I'm gonna do it. I'm saying yes, because that's what we came here to do. We sure as heck did not come here to say no. We did not come here to say no. And if you are on your deathbed, you're going to say to yourself, I should not have said no. So don't even get to that place. You know, I've already died a couple times in this life, and I can tell you, even when I was dying, I was like, shit, man, I can't go yet. I got to say yes. And I said yes, and I came right back. So, you know, it's like we just have to keep saying yes, and we have to keep coming here, and we have to do this. And again, sorry for the tangent, but I think it was worth it. And I love all of you so very much. Always more to come. And I will be back here for a show at 2 o'clock Mountain Time. I had to think about that for a minute, because I don't even know where I am right now, but I do have these glorious mountains behind me, even if they're a little cloudy. So I love you all. Let me see if I can figure out how to stop it. I don't even know. Oh, there we go.